Hey, y'all. This is Dr. Traci Harrell, and I have such an amazing show for you today. I'm actually going to continue to build on the work that we have been talking about as it relates to a mid-year check-in, like having the best year of your life, making 2026 the best year of your life. And what I love about, let's see if it's going to let me share my screen. Okay. Producer, it's not letting me upload, so I'm going to see if it's going to let me share my screen. Let's see. Okay. Well, what we're going to talk about today is, again, living your very best life. Talking about it, but actually doing it. And I'd like to show up with a level of excellence that says, here is what success looks like. And I have this beautiful presentation that I'm really hoping the system is going to let me share with you all. But we talked about this last week. We talked about, having the best conversation ever. It's between you and you. It's telling me to log in order to upload more. So I may have to email this to my producer. Okay, get ready. So what I am going to talk about is, how do you get to show up in excellence? How do you show up giving everything that you had hoped would happen in 2026 your full attention? Stay with me here. When I say full attention, I do mean, how do you show up in excellence? Right? How do you show up in a way that allows you to not only do what you say, but do it with such vigor? We talked last week about you being in a position to say not only what you want to have happen in your life, in every area of your life, but to actually manifest it. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. That's what we're going to really have a beautiful conversation with ourselves about today. And then you should have this as an email. And what I'm most excited about, again, this is a conversation between you and you. Best conversation ever, right? And this is AI for everyone and living powerfully with AI. So how do you leverage AI to help you with no more excuses? Right? How do we leverage AI to help you show up for the life that you want? Now, what I love about AI is there's all kind of resources. There's all kind of things that we could leverage. But right now we have them as coaches. We have them as accountability partners. We have them as, reminders. We have so many things that can be automated that actually makes time, saves us time, so we can truly do the things that we absolutely love to do. And I think I'm actually, if I look at this, I don't think I'm connected, but it's okay. We'll keep going. So this is about no more excuses. Daniel, whenever you bring the presentation up, I will be very happy. And I'll just start, we'll jump in at that point. But what we're talking about today, again, is having the best conversation ever, one between you and you, right? No more excuses, showing up for the life that you want. And this conversation, literally, it changes everything, right? We often post about, because I'm living my best life. We say we are. Are we really? We really living our best lives, right? You are, if what you say you want is something that you're actually doing. Hello, something that you're actually doing every day. Are you contributing to that goal each and every day? If the answer is yes, then congratulations, you're living your best life. If you're just allowing time to kind of tick away and other people's priorities become your priorities, and you're not agreeing to the commitments you make to yourself, yeah, we ain't living our best lives, y'all. So we're going to be honest with ourselves today, because again, this is a conversation. It's just you and me. We're here together. We're working this out together. So again, have you seen yourself avoid what matters? Maybe not intentionally, but you're like moving those really important things, those important tasks to tomorrow. I'm gonna get it done. I am. I'm so busy. Are you really? What can you not do? What are some of the things you can put aside? We're going to talk about that today. What are some of the things that are taking priority over the thing that you said was really important to you, for you, so you end 2026 the way you desired? Again, how many of you rationalize that inaction? Well, there's a war going on, and this thing happened. Gas prices are so high. Like, all those things are true, right? But it makes the lack of inaction sound just perfectly reasonable. That's what I do. I do rationalize as well. I can rationalize my way in and out of almost anything. That's why we got to have these moments where we're like, okay, we said I was going to do this. Am I investing the amount of time in the things that I say that are important? Right? Or going to the next topic. And again, whenever you're able to bring in the presentation, oh, we're there. Thank you. Oh, that was so fast. So thank you so much. So this is our mid-year check-in. No more excuses. Let me see if it'll let me click through. It's not letting me click through the presentation. So I'm going to ask, there you go. Thank you. So again, this conversation does change everything. Again, we talk about, are we asking the right questions? Are we avoiding what matters? Do we rationalize some of our inactions? I have, of course we have, right? Are we breaking promises to ourselves, but we're keeping our commitments to everyone else except ourselves, right? I said I was going to eat healthier. I am making better choices, right? I threw ice cream away the other day, but I had to buy it first. Like I purchased it. So that was like, for me, it was the price. It was a treat. It was someone was coming over. It was excuse. I don't need that. There's nothing healthy about it. Yes, I know the vegetables and the fruits. There's all kind of issues. I can say, well, I can't really eat healthy because of no, that's not true. I can make better choices. Ice cream is not on the list, right? It's just not on the list. So I felt really good about throwing it away. It feels great when you keep a promise to yourself, even though you might be in a habit of breaking them. This is about new day. Don't matter what you used to do. This is about what are you going to do, right? Have you been waiting for motivation, right? I'm just going to, I really need to see myself in that new, outfit or see myself on the stage. I don't know what you're waiting for, but there's nothing to wait for. Let me just wipe away the excuses, right? Don't wait for motivation or inspiration because, again, we're going to talk about activation. So this episode, this day, this show, and our conversation next week is going to be about, again, the most important things that we can do for ourselves, and then how can AI help us to get there? Okay, on the next slide, we actually talk about what you're going to walk away with from today's conversation, right? This is a mid-year assessment. We're going to identify what's keeping you stuck. So we're going to name some of the excuses, some of those internal narratives that we have that may be blocking us. We call those are, our beliefs, some of the limiting beliefs that might be blocking our progress. It's okay. We say them. They're excuses. They're, the rationalizations. You don't have to, they don't have to be how you speak to yourself, even though that's what you've said to yourself before, but you've allowed to be your past self, right? This is about compassion for yourself and giving yourself permission, right? There's a difference, right? Permission to show up for yourself, permission to say no to others and say yes to your goals. Oftentimes we think it's more, divine. I do, to help others, to contribute to others, and then you're not doing your own stuff. Come on now, put your air mask on first. Okay. And then think about one meaningful commitment. That's what I really want us to do today. One meaningful thing that you can do, just one, that you're ready to honor now. And I use the word commitment because that's where we kind of lose focus. That's where we don't actually execute or follow through, because we're not really committed. We kind of like the idea of it. We say the thing, but we're not really doing the thing. So if you're committed to doing it, it doesn't really matter, right? I'm going to exercise. It's raining outside. I'm going to walk inside. I'm going to go downstairs and use the elliptical. I'm going to go upstairs and work on the treadmill. Come on now. We got all the things. Even if the weather it's too hot. Okay, well, you better come on now. We can choose alternate ways to show up for ourselves. So as many excuses as we've had in the past, what we're going to walk away from today is a whole different energy. So stay with me here. So this is what we're going to do. And I'll go through this really, really, really quickly. But this is what today is going to look like. Stay with me today and next week. We're moving up. Thank you. To the next slide, which I can't move by myself. Oh my goodness. Okay, next slide, producer. Thank you so much. So this is how we're going to walk through this today. Again, there's going to be a quick opening question, right? Are you living your best life, or are you just talking about it, right? We're going to do a mid-year truth check, because sometimes we don't really pause to ask ourselves the truth, So we're going to do a truth check just between you and me, between you and me, between you and you. That's how we started this, right? This is a conversation between you and you. And then how do you truly show up for yourself? We're going to give you some specific examples because sometimes we're so used to not showing up for ourselves. We're going to call them out, right? And then how do we live a life where there's no more excuses, no more rationalizations and justifications? We do that all the time. We just make it seem reasonable. And then we're going to reset. Hey, we get to put a pause on whatever was happening in the first half of the year. And we get to focus on the conversation between your ears that you get to have, these decisions that you get to have day in and day out, week in and week out. Come on, moment by moment. It's a conversation between you and you, between your ears. These are decisions we make when we purchase something, before you put something in your mouth, whether you're drinking water or Coke or whatever. This is water. All right, but these are conversations between you and you. And then I love bringing in wisdom from some of my favorite books, right? They're my wisdom from transformational books, because I want you to know these aren't unique ideas to me. They're not. These are some of the most, renowned authors, because none of this stuff is new. All right, but it's how you truly live your best life. And it's not as a cliche, it's how you truly show up for yourself. And then this is also about building your AI accountability partner. We're going to talk more about that this week and next week as well. But what can you do? And again, I want you guys to email me. Put my email here in the chat. I provide lots of coaching. This topic came up from someone who emailed me and then called me. I gave her my number and we were talking. And I was like, I love that. That's such a good. And she said, excuses, rationalizations, and justifications. She's like, I really just want to restart. I really need to reboot. I was like, let's go. Me too. We've been talking about it, but let's get real specific about these excuses and rationalizations and justifications. Because I know, right? 3 or 4 people over the last 2 or 3 weeks have used these same words to me, which is why I was like, we're going deep on it. I love it. And you know who you are. I said I was going to do it. I was going to do it next week too. We're going to go deeper next week as well. So your AI accountability partner, you can go into any of these tools. I love Marvelism. It's one of my favorite tools. You get AI employees. One of them is Eva. She's your executive assistant, but literally you can set up agents in ChatGPT or Claude or any other things where you basically, they manage your calendar. And we'll talk about how accountability and commitments are scheduled. Right? They're habits. It doesn't just happen accidentally. You schedule success. You create a system that will allow you to be successful, right? Come on now, stay with me. So then again, we'll talk about the wisdom. We'll build your AI accountability partner, and then the promise, right? This is your closing declaration to yourself. Are you loving this? Okay. So we're going to go to the opening questions. Thank you for the next slide. Thank you. So this is our mid-year check-in opening questions. This is for you to ask yourself these questions. If you need to write them down, feel free, but I think it's really, really important. You say you're living your best life. It doesn't need to be a caption on a Facebook post, right? Where you're going to walk, someplace and you're, spending a few minutes in front of a waterfront. You're like, oh, I'm living my best life. It is not a caption. It's a calendar. This is how you live your best life. You set a goal and you achieve those goals, and then you're living your best life, right? And your calendar, it tells a story, right? Come on, your habits, they tell a story too. It's your commitments that tell a story. Your finished commitments, but your unfinished commitments tell a story too. Who are you saying yes to, yourself or other people more so, right? So you really want to think about your commitments tell a story. And so the question is, are the stories that are being told from your calendar, from your habits, from your commitments, what you're doing, where, they say, your time and your talents and your treasures, right? Are those stories aligned with the life that you say you want? That's a good question, right? Are you showing up for yourself? That's really, an important question to ask. When I say it's between you and you, are you showing up for yourself? Are you living out what you say truly matters? Are you honoring your gifts? Right? I have some skills. That's why I show up here every week, because I am talented. I'm brilliant. Shoot. And I'm like, I need to make sure my people are aware. I put this into the universe, not for me. We don't get paid to do this. This is community service. I'm showing up. This is one of my gifts. God has blessed me with a lot of information, a lot of activation, but I also know it's important. And when I talk about AI, I'm talking about you first. I'm investing in you and your dreams and your vision. What do you say you want? And then we can align with what tools can help you to get there. But really, what do you say you want? What can we do for you first, right? Are you honoring your gifts to yourself and your divine gifts? And then where has an excuse, right, to not do A or B become your identity, right? You say you're healthy. I call myself Fit Traci, right? Fit Traci loves water. She surely does. Fit Traci loves water. So think about your identity. It's really the decisions that we make. I'm going to go to the next slide. And this is a sentence that I want you all to complete. Before this year is over, I want to be able to say that I finally did what? I finally nailed what? Right? What is it? Fitness? Is it your financial situation? Is it your business? Is it, hey, I'm working for someone else, I want to work for myself? Is it a relationship that you want to enhance or build upon? Right? Before this year is over, what is one goal that you say you want to accomplish? And I think it's really important that you pause and really ask yourself this question, because it's going to travel with us throughout today, but it really should be traveling with you throughout the rest of this year. Every day, moment by moment, your decisions should be aligned with this thing. So if you're doing something that is contrary to the thing that you say you want, this is just one thing you want to be committed to. If it's fitness, then, live your best life. And then choose to align your actions with what you say you want to accomplish. Come on now. Come on. I love this. So this isn't just a question for today, although you do want to write it down. You want to get clear. What is one thing that before the end of this year is over, I want to say I finally was able to wrap my arms around to get really intentional about my physical well-being. I take my vitamins every day. I work out every day. I'm physically active, right? I drink tons of water, and water is 99% of what I drink, right? Come on. I don't drink coffee anyway, but I do. If there's a Coke around, and I don't buy Cokes, but if there's some Coke around or some Simply Lemonade, I do have to admit I'm making choices. I'm like, I don't buy it often, right? So we got to choose. These are little things, but they all matter. So we're going to go to the next slide. Thank you. And what I love about this more than anything is, if this is a mid-year check-in and you want to ask yourself this question, are you truly living your best life, or are you just talking about it? I have to pause for a second. You get what I'm saying, right? Because sometimes we do just talk about it. We do. We just say the words. We just talk about it. We're not actually doing the things that we are supposed to be doing. Come on now. Come on, we talk about it. So, there's a real difference between wanting to have a result, liking the idea of a result, being interested in this result, but being committed to creating the result. Those two words matter: committed and creating, knowing that it's every little step, little decisions that are going to help me to create the result. Does that make sense? So we're not just talking about it, because I talk about it a lot too. I do. But I'm excited that as I do this for you, I'm doing it for me too. Right? Even my business. Like, I think about it, I have gifted so much time. So I give more time still that I'm getting paid for. I'm working on that too. It's true. I got these groups that I want to be a part of. I'm like, I got to be very intentional. That doesn't make sense in some ways, right? So you want to be honest. Having information. That's why I don't just talk about AI. I talk about transformation. What do you believe? What do you want to accomplish? And then we can help you to get there. If it's a business, let me help you to start your business. If you're working for someone else and you want to use AI to be more efficient, I would love to help you do that, right? But being inspired is not the same as actually implementing something. So inspiration is not implementation. Intention is also not completion. Not by itself. I intend to do this thing, but if I'm not doing the thing, if I'm not taking the action, if I'm not truly committed, then we got some work to do. Right? So if we're having an honest mid-year check-in, we have to think about, we're consuming all this great information. I read the books, right? But you still negotiate with the true commitment. A commitment is saying, not I'm going to start tomorrow, but this next breath I take is going to be aligned with that goal. The next drink I make, it's going to be aligned with that goal. Otherwise, you're not really right? Committed to the outcome. If you're not creating ing the result. I love this slide. It's super simple, right? But it's just saying, are you doing the work? And then how can AI help you? Oh, 100 different ways. But first, you got to be clear. It's in your mind first. AI can't do what you can do, right? AI is a support tool, right? You can't condemn yourself, right? But you can't confront yourself and ask yourself, right? Accountability is truly self-respect in motion. I love myself. I respect myself. And I'm going to do the thing for myself. Now, can AI help you with, from an accountability perspective, getting things on your calendar, reminding you what to do, going back and retroactively saying, how was my day? How was my week? Like, don't let a week go by. Every day, pause and be like, how much of my time did I put forward effort toward my goal? Or did anything I do this week, today, not this week, today, move me in the opposite direction? So if you can have a true conversation with yourself, am I truly living my best life day by day, moment by moment, pause, or am I just talking about it, right? That's really, really, really important. Okay, next slide. And I said this earlier, but I'm gonna say it again. If you're saying right now, before this year's over, I want to finally do a thing, you want to also ask yourself, what's the desire versus what's the evidence of that thing, right? If it's something about health, what did you eat? What did you move? How did you move, right? Did you rest? Did you put the things on your calendar, like, prepping your food or getting physical? If it's a business, what did you build? Did you send anything out? Does anyone know what you're doing? Hello, come on now. Finances, are you saving money? Are you reviewing what you got? Some people don't even know what the credit score is. Come on now. Are you renegotiating terms on various things? If you say, I want to rest more, I just want to have more joy in my life, great. I love that one. I love that one for you. Are you protecting that space? Are you saying yes to people when you should be saying, I actually have a commitment. I can't do that on Saturday or Sunday. Your commitment could be to your rest and to yourself. They don't have to be all in your business. I can't do that. Sorry, I got a new commitment on Saturdays. After church on Sundays, I just, I have commitments to my family, to myself. It's okay. You're allowed to say that. You don't have to misrepresent the facts. But you got to ask yourself, but each day, right? If you're saying, before this year is over, I want to finally, be more intentional about my health. That's one of mine. I also want to be more intentional about my finances and my business so that I'm not giving away all of my services, right? But it's okay. These are things that I can do. So what am I doing each day? What has been receiving my time that I intended to give to this priority? If there's not enough evidence, you want to ask yourself, where's the evidence? What evidence over the last day? This says 7 days. And that's what I was saying last week. I was saying like each week, but don't wait until a week is over. Every day, if God wakes you up to have a new day, ask yourself this question: what evidence is there that I am actually truly want to, right, accomplish this goal, right? Move toward a healthier physical well-being, healthier financial well-being. Those two things are my top priority through my business. Okay, we're going to move to the next slide. And I like this one too, because this is going to go into a break here with these questions. So it really is about, I call it a mid-year truth check. And I said these questions previously, but I want to make sure you are 100% clear, because this is between you and you. Only you can answer these questions. Put my hair in a Only you can answer these questions for yourself. Right? Between you and you. So what did I say matter? So if you want to have a meaningful mid-year check-in, it goes deeper than did I do the thing, that I said I was going to do. This has to go into really, what did you say mattered most? What did I say mattered to me? My health matters. My financial wellness matters, right? So if you look back at what you declared or what you prayed about or what you wrote on the vision board, what did you say mattered? That's important. And then what is my behavior demonstrated? Meaning, have I demonstrated that as a priority? Again, sometimes yes and sometimes no. You can give yourself kind of a percentage, maybe 60% of the time. That ain't enough. It's not bad. You celebrate the 60, right? But what can you do about the 40? Does that make sense? So if your choices are between, something healthy to eat or something healthy to do, right? If you get up, like I get up at least 6 or 7 times a day, and I could just be at my computer, but I get up, and my lifestyle has allowed me to be in these beautiful places, and I'm house sitting, and sometimes I'm pet sitting or plant sitting, and I'm watering plants and doing whatever. And it's so exciting. Like I love it. I couldn't. Like I'm looking at right now, this beautiful view, and I literally am living my best life. I get to live my best life. I get to help people, and I get to create a space where I can truly live my best life. So you want to ask yourself, right? What has my behavior demonstrated? I am getting up way more. I think about where I was physically last year versus where I am now. There's still so many things I can't do since I had my stroke. I do have to admit that, right? But it doesn't mean I can't be happy. It doesn't mean I can't find joy, right? We get to choose joy. Joy is relative. So I love that part. So what progress deserves celebration? I'm healthier now than I was before. Right? Am I 100%? Oh my God, no. I have so many things I still can't do. It's okay. Like it's okay. It is what it is. Because there's so many other things I can do. Right? And what am I avoiding? You got to ask yourself that question, right? What tasks keep getting moved out? If you say you want to accomplish this goal and you're doing a true, honest mid-year, truth check, right? What am I avoiding? What story am I attached to, right? Around that, right? Am I too old? No, you're not. Do I always fail? No, these are those limiting beliefs. So you got to make sure you detach yourself from this story. So we're going to ask these questions. We're going to go to our first break. So give me two more seconds. What is the cost of staying unchanged? And I think a lot of times we talk about a mid-year check-in and you're like, you know what? It's July. It's the end of July. Guys, we're literally going into August. Come on now. The 8th month. August, September, October, November, half of December, right? By that time, we're like 4.5 months left, right? 5 months to really show up for yourself. So what is the cost of staying unchanged? If it's your health, it's pretty big. If your wealth, it's pretty big. Like you wouldn't have made it a goal. You wouldn't have said it mattered if it didn't matter. Of course it matters. So let's not rationalize anymore. Let's choose to align the majority of our time, right? Align with those goals. Let's just not do things through omission, right? Or commission, like buy stuff like chocolate if you're trying to lose weight. Let's say don't do it. Just don't do it. Just choose better. So what is the next honest action that you can take? I love this one. What is the next honest action that you can take to truly show up for yourself? That's the last question before we go to break, and we'll be right back.
Are you ready for this?
This is Rainier Avenue Radio.world, the station that cares about our community. Right here. Yeah.
A new law is helping people save more money on prescription drug costs. You may also be able to save with Medicare's Extra Help program. Your premium cost can be zero and your out-of-pocket expenses are low. Who should apply? Single individuals earning less than $23,000 a year or married couples earning less than $31,000 a year. Even if you don't think you qualify, you should still check out this program. Visit ssa.gov/extra help. Medicare costs are covered by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hey y'all, it's Traffic Jam with Kareem.
Thursday at 4 p.m.
Hey, Traffic Jam. Rainier Avenue Radio, download the app so you don't miss out what's popping on Crackers Shining. It's your boy, Kareem the Dream, on another beautiful week on here on Traffic Jam in Seattle. I hope you guys doing what you're supposed to do, being you're supposed to be. I got a good show for y'all, a lot to talk about. Kareem the Dream, keep up with everything.
Get your entertainment news with Kareem on the Traffic Jam, Thursday at 4 p.m.
Hey, Seattle. Here are some storage tips to love food, stop waste. Onions make potatoes sprout faster. Keep onions away from potatoes. Ripe bananas give off a gas that makes the fruit around them ripen faster. Store bananas away from other fruits. 40% of food in the U.S. goes uneaten. Save money. Save food. Save the planet. Visit Seattle Public Utilities for more tips.
The wellspring of life brings to you freedom, life, peace, joy, breakthroughs, miracles, salvation, hope, and much more. The life that Jesus Christ brings to humanity. Listen to Rainier Avenue Radio every Friday at 1 p.m. with Pastor Johnny Goroya.
I used to love hiking in the mountains.
I used to dance 3 times a week.
I used to love to go to dinner with my husband.
I used to love going on spontaneous travel trips.
I wish people knew that long COVID is real.
I wish people knew how debilitating it is to live with a chronic health condition.
Going back is not an option, but taking the steps to protect yourself from COVID is.
Staying up to date on your COVID vaccines is the best way to prevent long COVID. kingcounty.gov/vaccine for more.
Citizens of America or citizens of the world, let us begin.
Rainier Avenue Radio.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Rainier Avenue Radio.
Hey, y'all, this is Dr. Traci Harrell, and we are so excited to be back. And we are talking about your mid-year, not only check-in, but a mid-year activation. So we're going to pull this presentation right back up. We were looking at a slide that was really talking about where are we? What are the questions we want to ask ourselves, right? And so if you're doing go back to the last slide real quick. So you're asking yourself kind of this question regarding what did you say mattered, right? If you're really doing a truth check, mid-year, when you ask yourself, what did I say mattered? What matters most, right? So you get to decide, did my behavior demonstrate the actions or the outcome that I say I wanted, right? What am I avoiding? What have I done, right? What have I, what have I done? What have I been able to truly allow to manifest in my life? So if you're avoiding certain things, then that's one thing, right? But if you're staying true to yourself, there's a cost when you say a thing but you're not doing the thing. There's a cost of staying unchanged. So we want to make sure that we understand what the next honest action is, an action that will actually lean us or move us toward the outcomes that we say we want. And I love that. So we're going to go to the next slide. Thank you. So you get to pause and kind of ask yourself, you do a mid-year check-in and you want to ask yourself, where exactly, you want to score yourself basically. And then you want to circle one of the scores. It doesn't have to be the lowest one, but you want to look at these various life areas, your physical well-being. It could be your emotional well-being, your spiritual alignment, the relationships, whether it's a love relationship, it could be a relationship with a friend or a child, a niece or nephew. It could be, you got all kind of relationships. So you can be really specific about that. You can break it into multiple ones if you need to. Your finances. So you want to do a mid-year audit and you want to ask yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 meaning, I really haven't done much on this one. And I really would love to do more. And a 10 would be, this is where I spend most of my time, most of my energy. I could teach a class on this one, if it's physical well-being, because you're doing all the things, then that should be a high score. If you're not, and there's some areas where you would like to do more, right? And you want to do a reality check. You're not comparing yourself to someone else who's on Facebook talking about what they're doing. You're saying based on your physical well-being. I don't compare myself to other people who are running and walking and doing things that I know I can't do. I can't do all of that. It's okay, but what I'm doing is I'm doing more than I was able to do before, even if it's a little bit more. I'm excited. I'm delighted. So you want to score yourself honestly, and then we're going to move to the next slide, because some of us, don't really have a real good answer when it comes to, how do we show up for ourselves, right? And this one matters so much, whether it's going to bed, getting enough rest. That's a really important, element because your energy matters both today and tomorrow. So when you go to bed at a reasonable time, you do the things. It's one that I'm working on too, actually. But tomorrow energy matters. And so you're investing in what you're doing today. You're investing in your health and your well-being for tomorrow when you go to bed, right? Reviewing your finances, like know your numbers because your future matters financially, right? Saying no. I love this one more than anything because your capacity matters. If you're in a mid-year check-in and you're thinking about August and you're like, okay, I really am not where I want to be in this area, but I got so much capacity. There's some things you can say no to. There's some other things that you can share with other people. I say pass off, pass on, move on, right? Some people would love to do some of the things that you're doing, but you decide to do it because maybe you think you're the only one who can. No. So whatever it is, right? Scheduling that appointment, resting without guilt, right? There's some stuff that you've avoided. You haven't even opened the document. You know who you are. Come on now, right? Your voice matters. So you want to make sure you are showing up fully for yourself. Now, what I want to talk through and spend the rest of our time talking through today is some book wisdom. Come on now. When I say book wisdom, we're going to go to the next slide because we again, I've had multiple people share with me those words that we talked about at the beginning, the concept of rationalizations and excuses. Come on, we don't have them. It's okay. But how do we show up better for ourselves? And we've talked about each of these books at least once in a prior show, but I'm going to talk specifically, go a little deeper on each of them because I think what I want you guys to understand is, again, these aren't unique topics to me. We went back to say, what did you say you wanted? And you're asking yourself honestly, have your daily choices demonstrated that you truly prioritize this thing, that you're truly committed to these things, to this outcome, whatever one thing it is. Again, we said one thing that you're going to do differently, right? Right. Goals reveal what we desire, but it's our calendars, it's our habits, it's our refusing to spend, the second half of the year defending the way, things used to be. We're not doing that. It's our conversations. It's our repeated behaviors that reveal what we're actually building, right? Does that make sense? We can have a goal, but if you're not planning things, putting them on your calendar, making repeated individual investments in yourself, little things, little choices. I say decisions determine our destiny. It's each of those little decisions, right? Little turn before you, right? Come on now. Come on. You know, I'm telling the truth. And it's the little things. And now is a great time to say, wow, you know what? Maybe I wasn't there prior to now. I wasn't really thinking about how I invest my time, the percentage of my time. Debrina talks about when you're running a business, I think she says like 60 to 80% of your time should be on revenue generating outcomes. Do you love that? Like revenue generating outcomes. I love that so much. And so if you're not doing that, increase it. If you're at 20%, then at least get to 50. Like I'm saying, these are things that we get to pause and ask ourselves. So I brought up a few of my favorite books because this is not about it's not just about recognizing where we are. It's deciding where we want to go and refusing to spend the second half of the year defending any various behaviors that are keeping us from moving forward. So here's some insights from some of my favorite books that will help you to move forward. Okay, you ready? Okay. Atomic Habits is one of my favorite books by James Clear. Stop depending on the desire. Okay. Come on now. James Clear teaches one important principle in Atomic Habits, many of them, but here's the one I'm going to highlight for today. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Let me make sure you understand what that means. Most people do not have a desire problem. I desire to be rich and wealthy and wise. Right. We all do. We all know what we want. We want to lose weight. We want to save money. We want to grow the business. We want to write the book. We want to pray more. We want to spend more time with our families. Come on. We want to become more disciplined. So that problem is the problem is that desire without structure becomes disappointment. So when I say schedule it, or when he says schedule it, when anybody and everybody says schedule. That's what they mean by structure. You can want something deeply, but still fail to create the systems that support it. You may say, I want to exercise more, right? But when is exercise scheduled? You put it on your calendar, right? You may say, I want to grow my business, but how many hours each week are protected for your business development, for sales, for visibility, and for follow-up? You may say, hey, do I want more money? But the money is, it's not automatically transferred right before you have an opportunity to spend it, right? It's automatically going here and there. So pause. Sometimes you got to do a budget and be like, okay, where are things going? So a goal without a system, without a process is often just a wish, right? With good branding, it sounds good. So your mid-year, your mid-year check-in is to choose just one goal, one thing that has not progressed as much as you hope. If you do it from that audit, one of the areas of your life, or one specific thing, even if you choose an area, now you got to get specific. Is it physical well-being? Is it taking your vitamins? I mean, taking your medication? These are simple things, but these things matter. And if you can end the year with that thing nailed, then you can build on it next year. Are you with me? So what will it do it? What will I do? Right? What will remind me to do it? That's how you ask yourself the questions. And then you can bring AI in, artificial intelligence in, to help you track it, to help you as an objective observer of your calendar, right? Right? They can remind you 5 times a day if you want. Did you drink your water? How many times have you really filled your water? Oh, that's a great reminder. I love that. So put that on your calendar right now if you want to drink more water. How many times, ask your AI, if you don't have one. Like I said, I love Marvelism, so we'll put that in here. So feel free to email me. We have some things that we can support you with that. But I have an AI assistant, right? And I haven't used all the things even for my business because I'm helping other people with their businesses. I guarantee you're going to see me doing more with mine. I guarantee. So anyway, let me keep moving. So again, don't just say I need to do better, right? James Clear and Atomic Habits is really about a system. Every Tuesday and Thursday from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, I'm going to work on client outreach before I check social media. That's very specific. It's very measurable. It's very executable. That's a system. Does that make sense? Come on now. Hello? Does that make sense? That's Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits. I love that book. It's one of my favorites. Okay, I'm going to keep moving. Okay, I'm staying on this slide. I'm just moving to the next book on the slide. Sorry. So I'm going to go to the 5-second rule. So I could go across, but I'm going to go down. The 5-second rule by Mel Robbins. I love this one. So she basically says, say you want to go work out and you're, sitting here, because again, I'm sitting here with this beautiful view and I'm in a comfortable chair and I got 2 laptops here and I got my things. It's like I could not go and work out because I'm comfortable, right? I could walk over here to the big old fridge. I could go over, but I walked it today twice actually. And it was count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just go. And then physically move before fear, before self-doubt, before you can talk yourself out of it, right? Get your shoes, have your shoes, right? My shoes are by the door. We don't have no problems. Are you with me? Come on. So it's like the 5-second rule is about if your problem with moving forward on your goals is an activation problem, like I'm not moving, I'm not physically taking action, then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is called the 5-second rule. It's a great book by Mel Robbins, but she has some great video. You don't even have to read these books. You can go online and be like, give me a quick video. You can ask AI to give you a summary of this book and how it can apply to whatever your goal is. That's what I mean by how you can leverage AI. Say, hey, Traci mentioned this book. It sounds kind of good. Atomic Habits. If I wanted to apply that to my goal of blah, 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 and here's my life. I go to work from here to here. I got 3 kids and blah, 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 blah. When can I actually, create time to work out? Come on. And then and don't let me have any excuses. This is a prompt. You can go to ChatGPT, you just speak, right? You can just say the words. Pretend like it's your bestie, your new accountability partner. You just say the words, and you can say the same thing with this 5-second rule. If it's about activating, some people it's just about habits and planning. So that's why I put Atomic Habits first, because he's basically saying you got to plan it. You got to put it on the calendar. Your goals are, your success is going to be based on what you're actually doing, not what you say you want to do. That's why I put the title of this the way I did. Are you really living your best life, or are you just talking about it? Because if you're living your best life, you're making choices. Okay. The 5 choices to extraordinary productivity, right? Schedule the big rocks. Don't sort gravel. Okay. So place what matters on the calendar before the lower value demands consume the space. So the 5 choices to extraordinary productivity, they're basically saying is do the big things first. Do the big things first. So if you're saying, hey, you know what, from a daily perspective, I need to do this, this, and this. So if you got 8 hours in a day, then you should be choosing the big things, right? If it's your business, then the first thing I'm going to do is, right, I'm going to spend from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock working on whatever it is. And then again, whatever it is, you can ask AI to help you build out a detailed plan to help you execute on that thing. So, but first you got to be clear, what do I want to do? When do I want to do it? And am I serious, right? Am I committed to my goals? So I love this. Schedule the big rocks first. Don't get distracted with email, social media, shenanigans. Because again, with Marbleism, one of my favorite tools, you can have your AI employees doing the small stuff, sorting the gravel, right? Creating posts for you, getting things in the system for you, looking at your email. I don't look at email anymore. My AI assistant is looking and preparing responses and all of that. Come on now. Come on. 5 choices to extraordinary productivity. And this is how you leverage productivity. Okay, I got a couple more minutes. The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. Okay, so I need to go back real quick because I feel like I'm talking fast. There's a couple other things I wanted to share. Okay, so going back to the 5-second rule, because hesitation gives us those time to rationalize. You know, those moments when you say I should make the phone call, but then maybe I'll do it later. Maybe I'll get, I get busy, whatever. Your mind says, I didn't sleep well. I have a long day. I'm going to like, that's where the whole rationalizations come in, right? It's the time that we give ourselves to talk ourselves out of doing the thing that we know we should just do, right? So I wanted to make sure I had to circle back to that because someone was asking me last week about the rationalizations, and it's so you may not be, your mind might say I may not be qualified enough. You're like you're doubting yourself. You're giving yourself time. The 5-second rule is like it interrupts the negotiation. I need to do. Maybe I need to do 5 calls, right? Or 5 emails, and I need to do one at 1 o'clock and one at 2 o'clock and maybe it's 15 minutes. One at 1 o'clock and one at 1:15. So I got to, I give myself 2 hours to do whatever I need to do and plan it out. Are you with me? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bam. Don't let any conversation in your head stop you. So that's how you leverage AI to say, I only got 2 hours a day to work on my business, right? The sales side of my business. And what should I be doing during that time? It will help you lay out the process. And if you realize that activation is a problem, whether it's, sending an email or making an appointment or completing an application, that's the kind of stuff AI is designed to help you with, right? Having a difficult conversation with someone, get it on the calendar, right? Starting that proposal, get it on the calendar. AI can do all those kind of things, can help you. It's not going to get the whole thing done, but it can get to 70, 85, 80% there. And then you're tweaking something. How much easier is that? Come on now. Come on. Ask for the business, right? Go back to the gym or just go outside and start walking. Whatever it is, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And she said, physically move, stand up, dial the number, put on the shoes, send the message, whatever it is. You don't need to be ready to begin. You just do it. It is Nike. It is Nike style. So back to the 5 choices. I wanted to just be clear on that one. We say schedule the big rocks, right? There's other things in that book, but that concept is just saying, again, gravel is everything. It's all those little things that feel urgent, but they're not that important, right? Emails are going to be coming in. Someone told me this when I was at IBM years ago, right? All those endless meetings, social media, other people's emergencies, that's their emergency. Those little small tasks that you kind of enjoy doing more than the shenanigans that maybe you need to do. Come on now. Come on. The truth is we often give our best time to those lower value demands. And so the mid-year check-in is really saying, what are the 3 actions if I complete this week would create the greatest progress for me? And then each day, what are the 3 things that I can do today? Not wish list things, but what are the 3 things for today that I can do toward those 3 bigger things? Are you with me? That's how you do it. So you break it down. So then you make sure your time is being spent on the 3 big things and not the little things, right? Not the little things that you may like doing, but it's kind of a waste of your time. It's not going to get you closer to the goal. Let me just put it that way. I won't say it's a waste, but it's not going to get you closer to the goal. Okay. I love this one too. Let me see. It's 6:51. So how much time do I have? Okay, can you go back to the next slide, please? I'm going to stop. I'm stopping at the slide with the books. Nope, go backwards. Those 6 books. I'm staying here on the book wisdom. So I was talking about the Atomic Habits, the 5-second rule with Mel Robbins, the 5 choices of extraordinary productivity. There's the 4 agreements. There's James 1. Let me just talk a little bit about these just because I want to make sure the 4 agreements is really important, especially when we're talking about a mid-year check-in. Always do your best. That's in the book, right? Your best varies each day, but the agreement is to stop giving your life less than what is honestly available today. Don't give yourself less, right? You wouldn't do that for others. We typically give more to others than we do to ourselves. So do your best for yourself, right? Showing up for yourself. James 1-2. First James, verse 22. Be ye doers of the word and not only hearers, right? This is basically saying insight becomes transformational only when it enters our behavior. So we can hear a thing and know a thing, but if we're not doing the thing, right, we're not going to fully live out the life of our dreams. And this is also one of my favorite books, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra, right? And he says every choice shapes our experience. We're creating our future not through major decisions alone, but through those repeated everyday choices. And the reason I love this message and this point, and this is really where we're gonna end. I kind of want to just go through these important steps so that you understand that understanding a thing is not implementation. Back to James 1:22, right? Mid-year check-in says, if we know we need to practice, right, then practice, choose one lesson, that you already know, but have not consistently implemented. And this is really about you consistently implementing, right? If I already know that I need to do X, but I've consistently not done it because of Y, then replace the explanation with a decision. Beginning today, I will do X. Does that make sense? So it's important to pause and say, I already know I need to drink more water, but I've consistently not done it because I feel like I need a Coca-Cola boost, coffee boost, whatever it is, right? But beginning today, I'm actually going to choose water over anything else. Simple. But this is I'm committed to drinking water over anything else. Come on now. Come on. That's important. So I just want to make sure you link the mid-year check-in to doing something different. This is my last point. So the last book on this page is The 7 Spiritual Laws. Your future is being created daily. And my favorite quote, and I made this one up, is decisions determine your destiny. It is the little decisions that determine our destiny. Does that make sense? The choice is really to follow up. The choice is to prepare, right? Whatever it is you need to prepare. The choice, the decision, the choice is to rest when you need to rest. The choice is to forgive that person, even though they were horrible to you. Forgive them and you move on, right? The choice is to save. You don't have to go buy that $17 frozen choco cocoa drink, whatever it is, right? With the pastry on the side. You don't have to spend that today. You got something you can have. Come on now. Are you with me? So the choice is to speak. Share your truth. It's okay. The choice is to begin that thing. These are choices that continue when the excitement has disappeared. You still get to decide, right? The future is not waiting for somewhere in the distance. It's in that moment. The future is right here in this moment. What are you doing in this moment? So that's your mid-year check-in. I will repeat my current daily choices for the rest of this year. Where they will lead me, right, is where I want to go. So if I repeated what I was doing before, it may not lead me where I want to go. But if I change my habits today, then if I repeat what I'm doing today, what I just did today, then it's going to lead me to where I want. How many of you can say that? That's what this is about. If you can say that today, yay. Okay, so I'm going to end right here on this concept. So stay on this page, but on excuses versus rationalizations, right? If you were honest, right? Sometimes we sound intelligent when we, say things that are rationalizing, but we don't have time for that. Right? This is about being intentional, letting our actions align with the goals that we say we want. Voila! I love it. So I know I have 2 announcements that I need to share. So we have so thank you for joining me today. We're going to talk even more about this next week, but we want you to help support community radio. Please make more community broadcasts like this possible by donating to Rainier Avenue Radio at Venmo at Rainier Avenue Radio, or online at rainieravenueradio.world/donate. And we thank you for making community broadcasting possible. Awesome. And guess what? Coverage of the 2026 election begins on Rainier Avenue Radio starting next week on August 5th with 90 days of live broadcasted interviews, panels, and debates to prepare you for the general election. 90 days. Can you believe it's 90 days? Woo, good luck. And I'm excited for that. Thank you for doing that, Rainier Avenue Radio. Okay, y'all. So guess who's on next following this show? One of my favorite shows, the fastest hour in sports, Lidline Sports. So stay tuned for Lidline Sports, hosted by Pepe, Otis, and Michael Carter. That's it, y'all. See you soon. Remember, lean into your goals. Every decision determines your destiny. We got this.